Have you ever given a thought that by the next month I need to pay off my creditor? If not, I don't know what will happen. The creditor will come to me and he'll say, "Bro, where's the money? I need my money right now." This thought is a very deep and irritating thought because it ruins your mental peace and mental balance. For this, there are 6 rules which I'm going to teach you in this video, which will be absolutely amazing for your life. Hi, this is Anirudh Bellare here, and let's move on to the 6 rules which I'll be teaching you in this video. So let's go to the rule 1. So the first rule is your rule of automation. Now, what is this rule of automation? See, the word automation, automate, is make a system whereby the thing happens again and again. Now, I mentioned the word the thing. What is this the thing? That is, once you make a system for your money, that it has to go in so and so, FD or mutual fund or any stock or wherever, you can automate that system as there is a availability in today's day with a lot of technology and all. This has become like very easy for you to do. When you use this automation, it gives you a peace of mind. You don't have to think, okay, today I earn 10,000 rupees and from that 10,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees is going for my savings. I don't even have to think. It automatically gets deducted from my bank account. Now, what example did I tell you? 10,000 rupees coming to my bank account and 1,000 rupees. Immediately the day when I got this credited on the first of the month, 1,000 rupees went off from my bank account. Went off in the sense it's gone into the savings account, or you can say the mutual fund account or the fixed deposit account or the stock account, whatever it is. Now this 1,000, did it give you any stress? No, it did not give any stress. My salary got credited to me and automatically the 1,000 got pushed into the savings account. As a result, at the end of 12 months, this 1,000 would have become 12,000. In the sense, 12,000 is the capital which got invested month by month, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And on top of this, the returns you get will be an added bonus. So suppose you get a 10% return, which is what, 1,200? Now what is 1,200 plus 12,000? Nothing but 13,200. Now this 13,000 rupees, 13,200 is a very big bonus. And all of this at the end of 1 year has happened because of automation. You did not have to think. You asked the system to work for you and it has worked for you. This is one of the most applicable steps, and it is a step which I too use. I have seen it. Throughout my college life, I used automation. And once my college life was over, I was shocked. I was like, what? I was just putting 1,000 rupees a month. And now at the end of 3 years, I was like, oh, 36,000 rupees plus all the interest which I have got. Interesting. I did not expect that the amount will grow so big. See, whether it is a small amount or a big amount, if you start small, if you start with a small amount, that is example here is what, 1,000 per month. The day you start earning and you put a little bit bigger amount, like say from that automation of 1,000 became automation of 10,000 rupees per month, you will be mind blown at the results at the end of 5 or 6 years, because your automation would have reached a peak level whereby you can withdraw your money if at all it is necessary. This is your first very interesting step. Now let's move on to the interesting step number 2. The second step is your rule of 72, 114 and 144. Now what are these 3 numbers? Isn't it very different? Like, wait, what is this guy named Anirudh telling? 72, 114 and 144? Wait, this is the reason I'm here. Chill. I'm here for that. To make this as an easy concept for you. Now look, this rule of 72 tells how much time will it take for your money to double. Now, example, I invested in that fixed deposit or mutual fund or whatever I invested in. Suppose, say, at the end of 1 year, I come to know, okay, I have got 15 percentage returns. Now, this 15 percentage return, I know it is a very huge thing, but say, as a base, 15 percentage return, what, 72 divided by 15, which is what, 15, yeah, somewhere around 6.5, 6.4 years. So within 6.5 years, I will come to know that my capital which I put in that mutual fund or fixed deposit is going to double. The exact same thing for 114. Now what 114 tells, in how much time will my money triple? So 72 is double, 114 is triple, and 144 is quadruple. So basically telling in how much time your money is going to double, how much time your money is going to triple, and how much time your money is going to quadruple. Just divide the interest with these amounts. You will get a fair idea. Okay, suppose right now my age is 20 and I want to get married at the age of 30. I know it's a very big thought, a very big step. If I need to know how much will it take for me to accumulate 1 crore or whatever, I need to know how much is my capital, how much interest will I want to get, and at the end of 10 years, how much percentage do I need, and how will I know when will my money double? All that, it's a game of percentages, time, and etc. So the earlier you start, you get to know that this 72, 114 and 144 will work the fastest for you, and it is a life changer. Whether you start with 1000 rupees, 1.5k, 2000, doesn't matter. You just start, and when your salary comes, increase it. You don't have any harm. Like, you earn like around 10,000 rupees, 1000 rupees is what? Hardly 10 percentage of 10,000 rupees. So that 10 percentage, with time it will grow so big, you won't even understand how important that will be. You never know where you would need the money, or you'll be like, okay, save this 1000 rupees, maybe it will be a very important thing. I understand 1000 is not that big of a thing, but take the step. I mentioned in my first video, if at all you need to start a new activity, or you can say if you do not walk a lot, take the first step. Instead of taking the elevator and going from your 5th floor to the ground floor, start walking. It is difficult, but when you start is when you will progress. When you start investing that 1k is when your progress will start. You may not know now, you may not know at the end of 1, 2, 3, 4 years. At the end of 5th, 6th, 7th year, you will understand how important that 1000 has multiplied its returns on itself. So let's move on to the third rule of wealth. Now your third rule of wealth is nothing but your emergency fund. Now what is this EF, emergency fund? The simple meaning of this word emergency, see, I've written this emergency fund in red color because it's a sign of danger. The sign of danger is very, it makes the brain blank, like, okay, what do I do next? Emergency, you never know, suddenly something happened to that person, now what? Obviously I have to admit him to the hospital, I require money, How will I get that money if I do not start saving or I do not invest? What do I do? Giving an example, 30,000 rupees, again our old friend Chintan, he's earning 30,000 rupees, and say he is smart, he creates a different bank account whereby he has an emergency fund of, say, example, 3,000 rupees per month is going for his emergency fund. At the end of 1 year, what happens? 3,000 multiplied by 12, 12, 24, 36. So 36,000 rupees is his emergency fund. Now say in a worst case scenario, nothing happens to him, to his body, no accident, nothing. But he has been kicked out of his job. Now what will he do? He's staying away from his parents. Now this 36,000 rupees will help him to some extent that is not, he will not be, wanting to ask for money from his parents. So this 36,000 rupees will become a very important factor. I mean, this is a very small amount, but giving a small amount, and I'm just trying to build up the flow slowly and slowly. So your emergency fund, it is advisable to have an emergency fund which will help you anywhere between 3 to 8 months. Like say for 3 months or between 3 to 8 months, I don't have a job. Now, how will I earn this amount? I mean, not earn. Where will I get the salary by which my house will run, even though I do not have a job? And that's where your savings becomes important over here. And that's the sole reason emergency fund becomes a very crucial factor in your financial life. Now let's move on to the fourth wealth rule. Your fourth wealth rule is your in-out rule. Now what is this in-out rule? Very interesting, right? Now suppose, see, I get 1000 rupees from my parents as a bonus. With that 1000 rupees, I feel okay, I just want to spend it. I don't want to save and invest. Let this Anirudh tell whatever he wants. I have got that 1000 rupees, I want to invest. Sorry, I want to spend it, not invest. So that 1000 rupees which I've got from my parents, I'll be like, let me buy an interesting pair of shoes for me, which will come to around 500 rupees. Now what happens? Either I go online and shop, or I go offline and I say, okay, this is interesting, it's fitting my legs very well, the shoe, and purchase the shoe for 500 rupees. Now when I purchase the shoe for 500 rupees, I come back home, I'm very happy and satisfied. See, my parents gave me 1000 rupees, 500 rupees, I spent it well, and I got an amazing pair of shoes. Now, what do I do with the previous pair of shoes which I had, which is sitting at home? Eventually, it is a choice. I may use the new shoe, I may use the old shoe. But it is advisable that when you bring something new in your house, the old shoe which you have used for so many years, 1-2 years, you feel that no, I think it's time to give away that shoe. So the meaning of in-out rule is when something comes into your house, it is advisable that something leaves your house as well. If not, there will be a lot of garbage and this stagnancy of nobody using that shoe. I have faced similar things. I have bought so many pairs of socks and it's just lying down in my wardrobe, and I'm like, what, socks only? 20 pairs of socks, what will I do? But that's not the mindset you need to keep. If you keep a mindset whereby I get something new and something is completely old, give it off. Even if you don't have to make profit out of whatever amount you want, it's okay, just give it off to a person. You understand, when you give something with lot of love and affection, the universe finds way to give back that love and affection. So I'm not telling it's a give and take relationship. It should be an emotional thought in your mind that, see, I'm giving something because I'm not going to keep it in my life. Let somebody else use it. An old pair of shoe for me could be a new pair of shoe for someone else. A ray of hope which I'm passing to someone else, it could be a limelight of their life. Very important concept over here. See, it's not necessary that you exactly have to follow what I'm telling. Your perspective, your thoughts, it could be completely different. I'm here to give you a guiding light. If you want to follow that light, you can. If you don't want, it's solely up to you. Because you're watching this video, it is giving you value, and I really feel that it's going to help you. So this is our fourth wealth rule. Now moving on to our fifth wealth rule. Your fifth wealth rule is your pause rule. Oh, I erased the fourth one by mistake. Now, what is this pause rule? Now, this pause rule is nothing but, say I'm walking I just got down from my house and there are beautiful shops outside. I'm just walking, and I see, okay, there's a pair of, pair as in pair of shoes. Okay, let's take an example of shoe again. And I see this is, you know, a very interesting pair of shoes. Interesting as in a unique brand which has come to India, which is a very new concept. And I'm like, okay, none of my friends have this shoe. I have the money to buy it. I want to buy it. What will be my mindset? Okay, let's go and buy. We'll buy, we'll wear it, we'll tell our friends, and our friends will be like, oh wow, Anirudh has bought a new shoe. This is one perspective of thought. Your second perspective of thought is that you looked at the shoe. You like the shoe, but for making that transaction of money, you wait. You be like, let me give 24 hours to my brain and let me go home and do all the homework analysis and the thought that, okay, is this shoe actually worth? And then you see whether you want to buy this shoe or not. So you're giving yourself time to understand whether the shoe is a need or it's an emotional want. Is it a need or an emotional want? When you start understanding the importance of need or a want and giving yourself time. See, always remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. This is a very important statement. Why? Because if suppose you love the shoe, you bought it, there will be a time when you will start liking cars as well. I'm just giving you example, cars. So you liked a Honda City example. You'll be like, okay, you know what, 20 lakhs, I'll spend and buy it. But you give yourself time. Why do I need that car? Who is going to benefit? Am I going to benefit or my family is going to benefit? If so, how? Are we going to take long drives? Are we going to do this, that? You write down on a checklist, a sheet saying, okay, this is the reason I want the car, this. What is your criteria? What do you need from that car? Write down, or make an Excel sheet or whatever. I'm just trying to tell you, pause, reflect, and then act. Because once you make the transaction, whatever you bought is going to come to you eventually. Why not take time? There are so many options in the market and you need to be extremely clear, and that extremely clear comes by either writing down or by typing it in your Excel, or by categorizing your needs and wants in the market. Okay, so this is the fifth wealth rule which I've taught you. Yes, now the sixth wealth rule. This is something very interesting that I have learned, and it is in an implementation phase. Say I earn that 30,000 rupees. I'll tell you about the rule. I earn that 30,000 rupees. Now I have a choice. Either spend all the 30,000 rupees. Okay, I'm staying outside. I need to spend for an apartment. Okay, fine. This and all I understood. But you know what? I have 4 different bank accounts now. 30,000 rupees came. 30k. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bank account A, bank account B, bank account C, bank account D. Now what do I do in these 4 bank accounts? My first bank account will be for my needs, necessities. My needs bank account, whereby it's pretty obvious, half of 30,000 will go in my needs account. That is 15,000 will go in my necessities. My next bank account will be for my investments or my saving or emergency fund or whatever. So for my investments, I keep another 5,000. My third bank account. See, I believe a lot in charity. So I feel that 5,000 rupees should be kept for charity. It will be my charity account. See, because the more you give, the universe finds some way to give it back to you. If not in the form of money, in the form of love, affection, many ways by which you can get a lot of love in your life. and earnings as well. And now remains what? We have another 5,000 rupees whereby we can keep it for our wants. That is okay. Suppose I like the pair of shoes or something, I went and bought it. Now this 4 bucket system which I have taught you, 4B, 4 bucket systems, is where you put a percentage of your earnings in that particular bank account. As a result, your brain is clear, okay, 30,000 has come into my bank account from one income source. It's going into 4 pathways. One pathway is for my necessity, one is for my charity, one is for my wants, and another one is for my investments. So these are the 6 wealth rules. I feel even if you use one, I'm not asking you or I'm not forcing you to do anything. These are the perspectives I have learned, and I have used some and I have not used some. Whatever you feel is interesting for you, you can have a look at it or you can actually use it. See, if you try something out new is when you will learn, and it's when you will know how to do things. So I'm really thankful that you watched this video till the end, and that's all I would like to tell for this video. One last smile from mine, and thank you very much.